races in Kansas, or whether you're riding something like Dirty Eureka in the north of the UK, whether you're in Cyprus, it is very, very tough. But the start is critical. So our riders out and away. Now, in this early start, it was Tessa Nees who led them off from the gun from the Netherlands, and it is straight into a climb. Two big climbs at the start of this race, and the first one heading straight up into was the top of the climb into Monte Barrico, and you can see the climb, the hill in front of our riders. Now, they've got to get up to the top of Monte Barrico. At the very top is the Basilica and Palladiana, and that is the critical climb, and the early push came hard. You can see behind the group breaking up very, very quickly. So we had to start off with a real mix of riders. We've got some really big gravel names in there, and you could see though that Sina Fry, the youngster from Switzerland, on the front, leading a rider who she's raced many times off-road, and that is Pauline Ferrand-Prévot with a red, yellow, white and blue helmet on in the French colours. We had right up in the mix Eva Leitner in there in the European Champions jersey with the number 38 plate. We saw right in the mix as well Lawrence Stevens moving up into position. Chiara Tiocci are moving up as well. But this very, very hard start definitely meant that the riders had to push from the word go. As they attacked on, they were soon pulled back, and that group came up to 10 riders. Huge amount of riders in there, and of those 10 riders, so we've got people like Sina Fry in there, we've got Chiara Tiocci, we've got Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, we saw that we also had Svenja Betts making the mix, but Pauline Ferrand-Prévot and Sina Fry always up near the front. Also diving in there was Annabelle Fisher from Great Britain. We saw Lawrence Stevens from the USA. Eva Leitner not making the cut as they came in. And so Emily Newsom riding strongly as well here today in Veneto. Follow that, and they stay sub 40% tarmac. Now, Sina Fry, not content with the mix of the group, not thinking everybody's working, went on the attack. She put her foot down very quickly, but the rider, I think, used to the mountain bike racer, looking to just break that group up. She is a rider who's ridden on the road fairly regularly, but the question will be, can she translate something like a 15th in the Road World Champs in 2021 into what is going to be an absolutely storming ride out here? Quickly closed down by the French woman, by Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Onto the wheel goes Tiocci behind. You can see Stevens quickly marking the move, as did Annabelle Fisher in there as well. But this really was about keeping everything close together now once they were in this group. So this is really all about the riders are absolutely flying at the moment, because we are at 60 kilometers to go at the moment, and the riders with that lead at the moment, 15 seconds from Group 1 to Group 2, 3 minutes and 1 behind now. One thing, just watching the riders to just make sure no mechanicals on here, because this is gravel championships. The riders should be self-sufficient in that race. Sophia Gomez of Villafranca taking the win with Haley Batten. The chase is on the right-hand side of your screen, left-hand side. It's the front of the race. 5 riders against that big chasing pack behind, and a regular rider at both disciplines. You've got Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, who I think just does everything. I must admit on my notes at all, and it looks like problems a little further back. And this shows you, if you don't get it right, if you find a narrow in, so you can see there, big problems. That's Letizia Borghese on the left of the screen. There looks like that's the rider from Spain, and that is going to be Marta Romo. This is a chasing group, so as they came in, it narrowed. The course narrowed, a bigger group, and this is one of those big problems. They're going to have a massive chase back on again, and that is if the bike works, because if you end up going through the tape, that's not too bad, but if you hit a post on the way down, you are really going to be in trouble. The motorbike having to wait behind, and just checking these roads are okay. Let's see who else we can see. So we can just see caught up in that as well. Sofia Bertizola in there, and looks to me like the riders just coming around that side. There are the 2 Italians down the slope there, and clearly enough of an issue. They came around the turn, they didn't see the tape, they saw the arrow saying straight on, and I think there's going to be a few people going, oh, I could have done that point up to the right. But remember, these riders So look at this, the gap opening up here. The work is having to be done here by Stevens. Really interesting to watch this here. I don't think you need me to tell you that this is going to be a key moment here. This is where we're going to find, was she bluffing? Has she got the power? The gap is starting to open. The motorbike goes across the gap. That is usually a key indicator. And it looks like we may well find that 4 riders in the front, 5 have become 4. The question is, have they got any obstacle in front which is going to force them to slow down enough to allow Stevens to make contact? I think that is going to be game over. So 4 riders in the lead, chasing pack behind now over a minute. We are at under 6 kilometers to go here today. Less than 6k to go on what has been 140k of racing in total, and 4 riders left after that initial bunch sprint off the line led out by Tessa Nace, the rider who actually took the victory in France in Milan. In the way in and around, you can just see the left-hand turn comes. So in they come, here comes the gateway, but they turn in right here. And this is one of the sections I've really been looking forward to, because they make the way around the outside of the walls. What a magnificent setting here as we come into the last 2.5 kilometers here at the Cittadella. The riders are dropping down. They're going to do a full 180-degree turn, and then they're going to make the way around. You can see just how loose it is down there, and you can see Trevisan at the back of that group. That was not the place to be. She's lost a lot of ground coming out of that corner. So with just over 2k to go, Trevisan are just struggling to get round that turn. Really loose. The riders in front, the regular cyclocross and mountain bike riders in Fry. But look at this, Trevisan's put a great move in. The German comes back on to the heels of the riders. Well, no time to stop for a quick CrossFit workout down there. You can just see our riders who've been out putting in a tough session today. They're going to know about this when they get to the end of the day. And remember, a lot of these riders going on to race many more races this year, right the way through Christmas and into what's potentially their next World Championships, which could well be the Cross Championships, the Cyclocross Championships. But the riders at the moment, their focus is on the final run in, this run in towards the line. Now, tactics are going to be really key here. Underneath the bridge, come off that grass section. There's nothing really between them and the water on the left-hand side, but they know they've got to climb up. They've got to scale the ramparts. They've got to come in and through. And the next super technical section comes here, because this is where they're going to lose all the speed. They're going to come down to nothing, and the next kick comes. This is about keeping the pace and the power around the corner. And look at the gap that's opened up again. Now it's Chiocci who's starting to lose ground. I think we're going to see 2 riders on the front here. And I think it means that Tiocci has been a distance. So here we go. Sina Fry and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot come in through the gateway. They've got the gap on Chiara Tiocci, who's going to be battling it out with Trevisan into the last 200 meters. It's going to be Fry who unloads it. She's going to start to open up the sprint. But on her shoulder, it's going to be Prévot coming. So Ferrand-Prévot comes PFP onto the front. Fry's trying to come back at her. Fry's trying to come on her left-hand shoulder. But look at that, it's another world title, the very first gravel world championship in the UCI being awarded. It's going to go to Pauline Ferrand-Prévot as they came in and through the line. Sina Fry is going to take second in the silver medal, with Chiara Tiocci taking third place and a bronze medal for Italy. It means that Jade Trevisan will come across in 4th place. Fry and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot going in there, and Pauline just going up alongside Sina there. Absolutely amazing stuff here today. And can anything stop this woman? I mean, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot coming back from surgery, coming back from all of those issues. She's not just back to her best. Surely she's back at an even higher level than she was before. I leave it in 9th, Marcus in 10th. And realistically, I think for me, a great ride there by Cromwell and co, who did that chase down. As you can see, top race in Nebraska, the unofficial championships until the official championship started. It comes through And the heritage of gravel continues, and it shows you another top finish for her. Not